So your purpose in reading and listening to this is down below. Please read this first. What does it mean? The text that I'm going to read with you in a moment defines a symbol as a thing that is a reminder of something else. A reminder of something else. Using this definition, explain how the American flag, the bald eagle, and the Statue of Liberty are symbols. That's your purpose. That's what you're doing here. National symbol. A symbol is something that stands as a reminder of something else. The United States has many national symbols that help bring the local and regional communities together as a whole nation. By having some traditional symbols that people throughout our nation share, we are able to connect with each other and share the pride we have in our country. The United States flag is a symbol that is easy for all Americans to recognize. It stands for our country, with one star for each of our 50 states, and 13 stripes to represent each of our original 13 colonies. Those colonies later became states, and 37 more states joined them to make up our country. The American bald eagle is our national bird. It was chosen because it is so independent and free. Choosing such a bird to represent our nation tells everyone that our country values freedom and the courage to be independent. The Statue of Liberty is another very famous American symbol. It was a gift to the people of America from the people of France in 1885. It represented not only the spirit of friendship between our countries, but also the shared vision for liberty, which is a synonym for freedom. America's symbols unite people from many different states and help them feel like Americans instead of just citizens of their own states. We all pledge allegiance to the same flag. We celebrate national holidays. Our American spirit shows more than ever when we unite in times of crisis, reaching out to help fellow Americans or foreigners in need. The caption is the Statue of Liberty. Focus lessons. Lesson 2, sentence fragments. Another type of sentence fragment occurs when a descriptive clause or phrase is separated by a period from the simple sentence that it describes. My father and I decorated the cookies with frosting and sprinkles. The subject is my father and I. The complete predicate is decorated the cookies. A descriptive clause with frosting and sprinkles. So again, another type of sentence fragment occurs when a descriptive clause or phrase is separated by a period from the simple sentence that it describes. So here's the simple sentence. This is a descriptive clause. If someone were to put a period here, this part right here would be a fragment. Sorry, this part over here, descriptive clause, would be a fragment. Example, yesterday we went to the basketball game. There's a period here. After my brother had finished his math homework. There should not be a period here. This mark is made here to cross out that period. And then there's a line through the capital A, meaning it should be a lowercase a. So it would follow the pattern up above. Yesterday, we is the subject, went to the basketball game. That's the complete predicate. And the descriptive clause is, after my brother had finished his math homework. Direction. Abby has a great sense of humor. She's even been able to laugh at herself. Recently, she wrote a humorous essay about one of her piano recitals. Abby wants to submit the essay to a contest, and she needs your help. Read Abby's piece and correct any errors you find. There are 5 sentence fragments. So 5 situations like this where something is separated by a period that should not be, or something like this separated by a period here that should not be. I will read it. Read it with me. On the day of my piano recital, my mouth was dry. I felt as if grasshoppers were jumping. in my stomach. Although I had been practicing the waltz I was going to play, I was afraid the worst would happen. I was worried about stage fright. As the day wore on, I grew increasingly nervous. I couldn't concentrate on anything until the moment of my performance finally arrived. There I was, up on stage. My fingers were resting on the black and white keys. The people in the audience waited patiently. This is a mistake here. It shouldn't say audience twice. With smiles glued to their faces. I looked at my mother, and she smiled bravely back at me. I froze. I couldn't remember how the waltz began. After sitting frozen for what seemed like 5 minutes, I stood up, bowed, and said, "That was the Song of Silence. Thank you." At first, all my friends and their parents looked confused, but then they started to chuckle. Then I sat back down and played the waltz better than I ever had before. Still, I think I'm better suited to be a comedian than a musician. So remember, you're looking for 5 fragments where a period has been placed that has separated a descriptive clause from the sentence it belongs to. I will give you one now. You must find the others. On the day of my piano recital, my mouth was dry. I felt as if grasshoppers were jumping in my stomach. This is the descriptive clause that has been separated and made into a fragment. In my stomach, in should not be capitalized, and that period needs to disappear. So put a line through it and change capital I-N to lowercase I-N. That's the first one. I just gave that one for you. Do the rest, find the other 4.